Well, hello everybody, and welcome to your game day build-up. We do have a game day build-up because Wrexham are playing against Derby. It is not a postponed game. We do have a couple of postponed games this morning. Paddy and I have been sitting watching the end of Birmingham v Coventry, and I'm going to bring him in. How are you? Well, I'm going to say this morning for me, Paddy. This evening for you.
Good. Yeah, looking forward to this match now.
Yeah, well, and Coventry manager on sack. Lampard on sack.
I think it might be time to move him there. Yeah. 1 point in the last 3. What is going on over there?
And how happy will John be right now?
They took their chances. They had nice, solid defense. Albeit 2 goals went in, but they worked their ass off for that one. They defended well.
Yep. But no, so I mean, look, and that's going to put some pressure on. But there's a few postponed before we get into ours. Paddy, a few postponed games this morning.
Yep.
Today,
Ipswich and Portsmouth is one. So yeah, Ipswich won't have a chance of pulling back a couple of points at the moment. They'll just have the game in hand, which is maybe unfortunate to them because it would be nice for them to pull a bit closer, maybe. And then Portsmouth will end up with 2 games in hand, looking up at everybody above them as they sit in the bottom of the relegation zone. So that's good. Who was the other one?
Sheffield United versus Oxford. So Oxford, another team in relegation, and Sheffield United, another team who started to work their way
lower
up.
Down. Yeah.
Lower down.
Where are they now?
But both Oxford and Portsmouth, especially Oxford, who's in second last position.
Yeah, they're not going to like that either, themselves in Portsmouth. Norwich can go ahead today now and pull themselves out. And then you'll have both Portsmouth and Oxford sitting there with games in hand.
That is true. That is true. And who have Norwich got today? They've got, they're at home to Stoke. So tough match. Yeah,
tough match. But if they can pull that one off now, that'll be a good point for them or 3.
Yep. And poor old Sheffield Wednesday's just finished their game and went down 3-0 to QPR.
Oh. Can't remember if I said 2-0 or 3-0. 2.
Let me
3. I actually think I went 3 on that one.
Oh, let me tell you, Paddy. No, you only went 2. So did I. So yeah, but you tipped a Coventry win, as did Aaron and Harry all over. John and I both tipped a draw, so we were a chance. But I'm sure John will be happy to get that tip wrong.
Yeah.
So
I think their manager is safe. Birmingham's manager is safe for a little bit. Good result today. Draw might have been expected, but yeah, 3 points is solid for them.
Yeah. Yep, but a big result for Coventry. That means Coventry's had in their 4 games over this Christmas period have only got 4 points.
Yeah.
So not the best Christmas period for them. And one thing is for Coventry, it is exposing their lack of depth right now.
Maybe a little bit, but they were dominating that match. They really were. They had lots of chances. And if you replay that match 10 times, I think Coventry win it at least 6. Maybe 6 times, then a couple of draws, and then Birmingham.
But they didn't get the win. The one that mattered, though.
Yeah, of course, they didn't get the one that matters. That's all that counts. You take your chances when you can get them, and Birmingham took their chances.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, yep. Sean's in here. He maybe didn't go to the game. Did you go to the game, Sean, or not? But look, yes, basically had full strength, but I have noticed a few teams being quite tired. Last week on the last game, not last week. So, and that can only be exacerbated in this round of games, being the 4th in sort of 9 days. So, it really is quite tough. So we'll see how we go tonight. And on that, Paddy, why don't we bring up the team? Bring that in now. And I will hide the media asset for now. Take that away. And there is the lineup. What do you think of the lineup tonight?
I think we are starting to see our starting 11 before we make any changes with the transfer window. You can start to look down our list of players and tell who is the favourite to play if they're available now. So it's interesting. We're getting up front a new set of three. Broadhead and Windass have both come back in to start, and Smith gets the nod as the third person there. So this will be an interesting lineup with the three of them.
So would you say we're 3 players off our strongest starting lineup right now?
3 players? Yes. Yeah, because you're wingers. Okay. Yeah. Swap in your 2 wingers and bring on more. Yeah, that would be your kind of main starting 11 if everyone's available.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, so, I agree with that.
Yeah.
We do obviously have some other players that Parky seems comfortable enough to start. Without as a rotation piece, not as an injury piece. I kind of mean there that he's still comfortable that they would be okay to start. But other than that, it's pretty standard. Okonkwo on goal, Clewert, Hyam, and Doyle as the back three. Wingers, we have to play Longman on the right and Thomason on the left. Kakachi on the bench, not getting picked as a start yet. And then in the middle, we have James and Sheaf. And that's it. That's pretty standard. And our bench is our bench at the moment.
Yep. I mean, Thomason, the best wing back in the league right now. But yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, bench, Burton obviously backup keeper, Cody, Starr, Kakache, Barnett, Dobson, Rathbone, O'Brien, Rodriguez. So if you had like everybody available, and you swapped out Rodriguez for Kiefer Moore, even if they're only on the bench, Kiefer Moore on the bench, and not that he would be, but just say he would, and you bring Barnett, you take out Barnett, you bring in Kabore. Then so
then that'll be our strongest before we upgrade to it.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive. So you look at that, and that's very, very strong. So I'm very happy with what we have tonight. Let's see if the boys can get the job done.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to break them down. They like to play in the 3-5-2 as well, counter-attacking. So another team we have to break down. But I think they're a bit more solid, might be a little bit tougher here, but we've a little stronger up front, in theory. Now we'll see how all that plays out. But some decent players on the bench, ready to come on.
Yep, and I see Sean has said he's walking out of the stadium now, just went to the game, so that's good for him. Yeah, so he's obviously walking out with some of his mates, I'd assume, right now, and enjoying the win. But yeah, tonight, I mean, I'm hopeful. Geez, imagine 4 from 4, Paddy, over this Christmas period.
Yeah, I was looking at our list of matches for the second half of the season, and the end of our season is not easiest. I think we're a little bit front-loaded with easier matches this time. So we need to make hay while the sun shines here. We need to build up points, and we need to make that strong run now, because then we're going to have to hold it for the end. The last seven-ish matches are fairly strong teams.
I did see that same thing, Paddy. Esteban asking why matches got postponed. There's snow across the UK at the moment, Esteban, different parts of the UK, so a few pitches aren't handling the weather. But yeah, I mean, I looked at that as well, Paddy. But the other thing I sort of thought about that, this time of year is very indicative of the back end of the season when you're making that final push and all the clubs are struggling to get to the end of the season with injuries. Players are tired. So, yes, I agree with you. We have a very hard run in at the end of the season. But, you don't know what the lineup is you're going to be coming up against. And one thing I will say for Parky teams is they do finish the season well. Yeah,
absolutely. So we're starting to become more solid now, more comfortable with our new style, with our format and our players playing together. And we're doing it right after Christmas when you have your back-to-back matches. So everybody's tired at the moment. Some people are suffering through injuries that their players are not coming back for the next couple of weeks. They're all trying to get new players in the window. And at the moment, we look reasonably solid. We're still missing our wingers, but Longman is managing and Thomason are managing in their positions. And we have slightly weaker teams as well for this little block. So this is a perfect time for us to make that little move ahead and make our push up, maybe even into the playoffs in the next 2 or 3 matches. Before I was having a look to before the transfer window ends, when obviously a lot of people do business in the last couple of days. We could be in the playoffs by that point. It's very possible we'll be sitting in the playoffs before or at the transfer window close. And then, as you say, the one thing to consider about the last 7 or 8 matches is we could be in a very strong position, having had a really good start to the season, which in theory means that you're in positive form to take on those bigger teams at the end and have that real push. Everybody knows how important it is. And I'm not trying to say that they're unwinnable matches either. It's not like they're ridiculously difficult. It's just some of the better teams. And was it 4 out of the 7 or 5 out of the 8 are away as well in that last block. So it's
well, actually, and where was it? David Carr has asked, Paddy, how many points will we potentially get in January from our matches? We only have 4 matches left in January after today. Ironically enough, because we have a break now for the FA Cup after this game.
Yes, so after this game we have the FA Cup. Then we have Norwich at home, Leicester at home, QPR away, and then Sheffield Wednesday away. That's till the end of January. So that's quite a few. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, including today. 4, yeah.
Yeah, 4. Yep.
I'd be looking for 8 or 9 points.
Yeah, or 12. Or 12.
But
and people at enemy Kenny looking good as always. I don't know how I am. I don't know that I am looking that good. I'm just here, and if I happen to come up good, then it just must be the camera. For what I'm looking.
If you look at any block of matches going forward now, you really want to be aiming at the 2 points per match.
Yes.
Depending on however many you want to block at the same time. But in any sort of small grouping of 4 or 5 matches, you want to be very close to that 2 per match. That will push us to being basically guaranteed. If you can keep it for the complete second half, you're basically guaranteed to have made playoffs. It would be a horrendously high number to miss out at that point if we can do that. So it'll flex a bit. And as I said, easier matches right now. So you want a solid 2 points per match moving forward.
Yeah, and Tom Evans, I think that might be a bit of a stretch. If Sam Smith gets a couple today, Big Keefer might find it hard to get back in. And I see Rousey in the house. Wrexham Roundup. Good to see you, Rousey, over there. Good time of day for you. What is it, about 9 o'clock? So that's good for you. 10 to 12 from 15 would be great, says Wayne Evans. Yeah, that would be great, Wayne. Yeah, if we could get, say, well, that's 4 wins out of 5 out of the 5 matches left for January, including tonight. So that's a high mark. So I think that would be good.
Yeah, another way to do it is to basically count your 2 points for the second half, which is 46 points. And we've already got 6. So just count down as we move ahead. And the quicker we get to that 46, the 46 near guarantees it. 40 might actually be enough. It just depends on how the end of the season flows out.
74 pretty much guarantees getting you in. I mean, last year, 68 got you in. So 74 had you in 5th spot, and I mean it was a tearaway top 2 of Leeds and Burnley on 100. So and so they soaked up the majority of the points. So you'd probably be safe to say you're going to need a few more than last year.
Yeah. Just going back a second there on the comment about Sam Smith and getting in ahead of Kiefer. Now, he won't. Look, everybody knows that's just having a bit of fun. However, Sam Smith needs to make a mark as potentially getting one of the other two spots. You know, if he can show up again tonight, maybe score another couple of goals, he might push his way into the rotation of the front three. And that could be interesting for him. The worst thing that is probably going to happen for Sam Smith, unfortunately, is we may very well sign another attacker. If we bring in another striker of some shape into this front group, then Sam Smith's going to lose minutes.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I think that's most likely what's going to happen here.
Sure. I've got two questions here. Quickly, I have no idea what pot liquor soup is, Kelly, but I'm very interested. Comment there from Nick asking about it. And then the other one, Mike Shane. Yeah, that one. You've just started, Paddy. I remember, look, I actually didn't. I think that the underground heating at Wrexham has been operational the whole time. It just wasn't. It's just not set up in the final guise.
So Matt Al looked into this for me and confirmed it at the stadium. Basically, the equipment that was needed to work the under pitch heating is at the grounds, and it's set up temporarily in like a container or some version of a storage area until the cop goes up and it moves into its final position. So they are actually using it, and I was wrong on that when I said
which is fine. Like, you know, like I'm only wrong 7 or 8 times a day. And, you know, I think, but I'll tell you what, like, you know, when we were watching the pitch being done and watching all the underground heating and everything going in and the drainage and everything, and you could see how much work went into it, you can see what a godsend it is. And if you're in the Discord, Matt L did put up a picture of the ground, which has like snow on the ground in where the new cop is going, and then the pitch with the grow lights on them, and the pitch looking absolutely great.
Yeah, our pitch looks fantastic.
Probably one of the best pitches getting around actually in the league right now.
Yeah, we're prem ready with our pitch basically.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Wayne Evans, tonight's the night for Smith for 2 goals. I hope you're right, Wayne. Geez, that'd be good.
Yeah, would be absolutely.
Yeah. And who's this guy? The guy that you've started? You've started a comment there. I see.
Never heard of it.
Never heard. Who's this? Who's this? Josh Anthony 13. Football League World claims we're after a $14 million striker, but doesn't name the striker. Yeah, I think there'll be a fair bit of that getting around this time of year.
It came reluctant Nick, or that's how he uses a handle, and he has gotten some of it right and some of it wrong. I really think he gets paid to put stuff out there by agents and stuff. But this one is an interesting one from him. It's like he does this, and I think he does it just to try and get people to pay for his Patreon. Because it makes little sense that he knows we're after a striker willing to pay 14 million and then doesn't put the name out there. So he's trying to tease people to go to his Patreon to see it. But if you actually look at the Patreon post, because it was posted in our Discord as well, I think, it's a lot of waffle. It's, we're interested in the player, we're willing to pay the money, we're willing to match other teams if they outbid us, and we'll get back to you later in the window and we'll see how things go. It's like, it's all a load of waffly crap. Like, anyway.
And Nick Donald's just explained to me in the chat what pot liquor soup is. Sounds like a great winter soup. But anyway, so I'm a little bit off topic there, Paddy. I've been watching the comments and reading that, so that looks quite tasty. But anyway, so on the I mean, I still would love 2 players in this window, in this transfer window.
Yeah.
That would fill us out
Yeah.
quite nice.
I still see 3 in
Okay.
my head. I'm still saying 3. Now maybe not if we're going to spend 14 million on one player, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, no, very interesting. And look, I mean, we'll see what happens, because at the moment we're looking like one of the more vibrant teams in the league right now. Like, we've looked very good on the pitch and looked very energetic, but I mean, everybody's going to get the chance to obviously rest up a bit. They're going to get the round of the FA Cup. A lot of teams will end up playing second string players because they don't hold a lot of credence to the FA Cup. We've typically played a very strong team, and with the way that it's set up, with the timing, with the matches around it, I can see us actually playing a strong team against Nottingham Forest. You know, we get to play a Prem team, so I could see Parky actually treating it with a lot of respect.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't been playing particularly well, but they have it in them. They took out Middlesbrough last with a simple 1-0 win. So they're very solid in defense. They like the counter attack. A 1-0 win is perfect if they can get it, but they can be scored on. So they lost 2-1 to Leicester, then they drew 1-1 with Birmingham and drew 1-1 with Portsmouth recently. So they're not on great form, but they're a team that can always take out someone else. They've been well overachieving so far this season.
They're a good team. They're well structured.
Yeah.
So,
well drilled, well structured. They know what they're doing in defense.
Not going to be an easy match.
No, not going to be an easy match. But again, it's one of these teams. If you get things to work and click early, you can get at them, and they are beatable. But the longer the match goes on and you're not beating them, kind of, they start to get more and more comfortable here that they can steal one at some point and just take a simple 1-0 victory.
I would like us to do exactly as we did in the last game and get that early high press going, applying pressure to their defensive with the ball, with their defense with the ball, to actually get them, not let them get into a rhythm, I guess, is probably the best way to describe it.
Yes, and they seem to have a reasonably set team as well. The only change from the last match they had was Adams isn't playing in the middle. He's gone to the bench. And Brereton and Diaz is back in there. That's it. They only made one change for this match. So, yeah, they have their best team. They have some backup, and they're solid with it. They're pulling points.
Yeah, look, and who would have thought that in August we'd start the year with the 3-4-3? Well, I can see us playing the rest of the. That was the immediate turnaround of our form, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really interesting as well how it makes such a difference that we can take a lot of pressure off our wingers in some respect, because we are playing a lot more through the middle. You can see James making those lovely long passes from time to time, really dangerous, and he got the goal, of course, for Smith. That ball over the top in the last match was fantastic. Lovely weight on it, right in a spot that Smith could get on it. And he well moved out of position to get onto that ball. The hang time on the ball gave him the time he needed to move in and collect it and get in front of the defender. And it was lovely link-up play.
And no offense to Kiefer Moore, but if that was Kiefer Moore doesn't score that goal.
Probably not.
and the only reason I say that is because Sam Smith is probably 2 paces quicker than Kiefer Moore. Yeah, Kiefer was a great player, but that's not the type of goal that he scores.
No, and of course the opposite is true. Smith doesn't score goals like Kiefer either. So swings and roundabouts. I don't have a problem with the idea of Smith and Moore playing together with a third, but Smith is not getting a lot of time here to step up and prove that he is a high-end championship striker worthy of being in around Windass and Broadhead. I know some people give Windass a bit of a hard time and say, oh, he doesn't work hard enough sometimes and what have you. But you know what? Sometimes actually just always being in set positions is part of your style as well. Everybody knows where you are. It is ultimately their job to get the ball to you. So it's just a slightly different style. I don't mind it at all, and I think he works reasonably hard. For me, anyway, I don't have a problem with him.
No, and Wayne Evans, you have hit that right on the head. Funny that start playing an attacking style and we start winning games. Who'd have thought? And look, it has gone back to the League Two, National League style of play from Parky, where we'll just score more goals than you, and let's see how we go.
Yeah, it's interesting though. I wasn't overly happy with how we started to sit back in the last match in the second half with our 2-goal lead. Now, ultimately, Blackburn couldn't do much against us, but better teams will get at us if we allow them that much pressure. So I didn't like that part of it. Now, there's lots of reasons to say that maybe we should have done it, and lots of reasons to defend why Parky would have done it. It may just have been the players he had, and lots of different reasons. You can use your game management and just say, enough, right, we've got the win. Let's just focus on keeping the win now rather than attack. So it is what it is. It was a good win.
Yeah, I watched that game back, Paddy, watched it again, and I did hear you weren't the only one that was saying that. And when I watched it back again, I actually looked at it and I went, yeah, well, they actually didn't need to do any more. And you can see that was definitely the case in that the fact that they weren't pressing. We're not the team that goes and gets the 4 and 5-0 victories. We don't.
Maybe we should be.
Well, I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm not saying we shouldn't be. I'm just saying we've never been that team. Like, we've only ever had big wins, like one in a season.
Yeah. And look, in fairness, we know Parky comes with his defensive mentality, and so be it. It is what it is. Now, another argument to make there is, well, the team had a fairly new setup. It's a new 3-4-3 attacking style. They need time with that style. So don't put the brakes on. Let them treat it as a training match almost, Let them have fun with it. They're already 2-0 up. It looks like they're dominating. They weren't breaking through us. They weren't counter-attacking us. They weren't able to do it when we were attacking. So there was little danger to me. It wasn't like it was another team who were getting through on counters on us in the middle of our attacks and just hadn't scored yet. They never looked like scoring when we were in our attack mode. So for me, it kind of should have been more of the same. But, he's the manager. It's fine. He got the win. So I'm not going to be too harsh on it, We'll see how it plays out in the future. But of course, if that happens in the future, we go up 2-0 and he pulls on the brake and says, right, guys, game management, and we end up losing at 3-0 to a good team, then he'll have to take it on the chin, and we'll talk about it again then.
I've got a real issue with this comment. I mean, why is the makeup lady giving this person enough time to text? He's sitting in the makeup chair and he's getting time to send all these messages. But in all seriousness, tough on Rathbone getting dropped, although he's only coming back from injury. Yeah, I mean, Rathbone did a great job last time, and when you had Rathbone, O'Brien, and Smith up front in the last game, and they pressured hard, especially in that first half. They were moving a lot, and I actually think this is a good move, bringing back Windass and Broadhead if they're both good to go, because O'Brien and Rathbone are still on the bench, and they'll be able to hopefully bring that energy to the second half.
Yeah, the interesting question there to that is, okay, Broadhead and Windass are fit and ready to go. Do you sit them to bring Rathbone in? I don't think so.
Well, rotation. If we can keep this sort of rotation going, and especially when we're playing back-to-back games like this, I think it just means you can be so much more aggressive.
Now,
Tom Evans. I've just seen Tom Evans' comment. He's just letting his hair dry now, following Just for Men. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, in fairness, there is another element to this as well, which is the FA Cup. We don't know exactly what Parky's going to do with the FA Cup. Is Rathbone going to get a shot then? Is he going to keep a couple of players on the bench and not play them in case of injuries? Or is it now, the guys had a rest, they're back in, and it's another week to the FA Cup, and it's another week after the FA Cup, so we can now go back to full strength every match. And I'm sorry, Rathbone, but you're going to have to maybe do a 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only 5 days till the FA Cup match, and then we do get a full week though from that until we play Norwich. So I think it'll be a full strength lineup for Nottingham Forest. Myself personally,
I think so. Yeah, I think you should.
Well, the players, as a player, you're going to want to play that match.
Yes.
You want to test yourself against the best. Whether Nottingham Forest brings a full strength side is totally another question altogether.
They shouldn't.
They won't. I don't think they will at all,
because
they're fighting to stay out of the relegation zone in the Prem. So that will be interesting as well. And that we got that game we get that game at home. I mean, that's a plus. So I think it'll be an absolute banging match. And good luck to all the fans in Wrexham that get the opportunity to go and watch that match.
Yeah.
I'm
looking forward to the FA Cup, but league is the focus right now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look,
points on the board.
Points tonight would be fantastic. Any points, even if we got a draw tonight, that would be 10 out of a possible 12 for this 4-round period, Christmas, New Year.
Yeah.
And this January, this very early period. And if we can get the win, 12 from 12 would be unbelievable. I mean, 9 from 12 is still great.
Yeah, going into the FA Cup on a 4-win streak would really be fantastic, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. So very interesting. Tom Evans.
Tom again.
Funny, if the Forest players impress Friday, they might want to join us once we replace them in the Prem next season. Tom, are you hanging out? Has Josh Anthony hacked your channel and is putting comments in for you? Would be amazing. I am giving my old mate, my English mate who lives here in Brisbane, who's a Burnley supporter, a bit of a ribbing, saying that we could be swapping our position with them in the Prem next season when they drop back down.
Well, who knows what happens in the FA Cup as well, though. If you can hang out with a draw till the end, it goes to penalties.
Well, true. Or you're just winning 2-0, Paddy, and you just beat them.
Just win 2-0, yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, so tonight, I mean, do you think we're going to see a similar style of play to the Blackburn game?
Yeah, I think so. They're going to let us control the ball, same way Blackburn did. I think they're just going to be a little bit more deadly on the counter and a little bit stronger in defence.
Well, and in saying that, Cleworth is back and Scar is out.
Yeah, so it makes sense. He just had a small little knock and decided to rest him and not put pressure on it last week because it's not a position he normally rotates. So, the rumours that he had a small knock, probably true.
And Connor Cody's obviously still one of Parky's defensive options in his mind because he's constantly making the bench. He's not really getting any game time, but he's constantly making the bench.
Who else do you have instead of him, though?
That's a fair point because
there's no one else in defence, really, is there? No one's missing out.
The forgotten man is Lewis Brunt.
He's injured.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying, I get my point there. I know he's injured, but my point there is that if Lewis Brunt was fit, would he be taking Connor Cody's spot on the bench right now, do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I tend to agree. So
I think so, yeah. Because if he's not willing to play Cody at the moment, or even mix him in for minutes, then yeah, I think Brunt probably would, because Brunt played. He was willing to play Brunt. So,
do you think there's a possibility that Connor Cody could be transferred in this window?
I doubt it. Personally, I think there's other players that are due to go out first. However, if another team looks at him and says they have uses for him, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't personally expect it, but I would not be surprised if it happened.
Oh, Josh Anthony with the bombshell. Absolutely. I forgot about that, Josh.
Yes.
It's a great call. Macca is available. He served his 3-game ban.
Not on the bench.
And look, Josh and I were having a bit of a chat just on the phone the other day. And I did say to him I didn't expect Macca to make the bench after coming back. And thanks for reminding us, Josh. That's a great one. Good call. Yeah, what do people think about that in the chat?
Yes, because in fairness, there's an easy argument to be made due to minutes and etc. that that Barnett should be off the bench, and Macca should be on the bench. However, we do have 2 on the left at the moment, so it is overloading a little bit. So yeah, I think it makes more sense that Thomason has now taken the spot / the backup between him and Kikachi on the left, and now we need 2 for the right just in case, because I know Longman can cover it, but if he needs to come off, who covers? Not Macca. Well, Macca's not going to cover for Longman. No. So it actually makes sense. Now, has it got anything to do with the suspension? Maybe not. Maybe it's the smarter option, simply. And Macca's lost out to Thomason.
Well, and just remember, Kabore comes back from AFCON. I think he basically, this lineup, let's say he didn't make the starting lineup, he definitely takes Barnett's spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people were asking, when is he coming back? For anybody who doesn't know, he has a playoff match on the 6th of January. And that is a knockout, obviously, in the final 16. So if they lose that match, which it's a good chance, was it the Ivory Coast they were playing? I can't remember, but it was a very strong team as well. Yeah. So they have a good shot of losing that, and then he'll be released to come home because they'll be knocked out of that competition.
I did see your comment earlier too, Karma. You nearly did to me and got the date wrong. Thompson has been convincing in that position. Although Wayne Evans has got another cracker here too, Parky. Parky is saving Macca for Notts Forest. It will be his send-off game. Now, depends on how you want to read that comment.
Yeah. First, it's like another red card, he better not.
Yeah, he'll get sent off again. Bit of a play on words there from Wade. I like that one. Yeah. So I think that's
also, going back on another point, just while I saw it there in the chat, someone made the point that Ratbone looked like he might have a bit of an injury from the last match as well, where he got stamped on the foot and then he got his goal with the same ankle. So he may very well have come out with some injury from that match and may have needed some time to recover from that as well.
And when you watched that replay, Paddy, it was sort of like it was a real stomping right on that part of his foot, right up near the ankle.
Yeah,
like he come down on him like that, and he got him good too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
because there's no protection in the top of football boots anymore. They're like paper thin.
Yeah, and then within a couple of minutes, he slams that area as well with a full force volley for the goal.
Yeah, it was literally within a minute.
Yeah.
So and I'm glad he did. It was a great goal. So yes, but I mean, look, it's it's an interesting one tonight. I hate being this confident going in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I really feel like we can do it tonight.
We can, but look, we've said it. It's not a simple match. None of these matches are simple.
No.
But if we want to be up around the playoffs, we need to get comfortable taking teams out.
Yep, get that killer instinct going. And the table is, getting to that point of the season now because, we're literally, this is our 26th game of the season. So after tonight, there's only 20 games left in the season.
Yeah, so it's working its way down, yeah.
Yeah, it disappears very quickly. Like we said, after this game, there's still 4 more games after this game in January, which means we're at the 30-game mark at the end of January with only 16 games to go. So the table is, and I think this upper midfield playoff battle is going to continue all the way to the end of the season.
Yeah, it is quite interesting how late in the season you get your new January transfers. If you take them late in the season, like most people tend to do. It's interesting how there's so few matches left.
Yeah, and yes, Sarah trying to keep me in check. Yeah, I agree, Sarah. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, absolutely, Mr. Make Me win this game. There we go. Let's go. Let's take it up a level. Win this game in the next 1 or 2 games, and people start asking questions about auto promotion. Absolutely, let's go. We've only got to get above. Well, the team that's going to be fighting for second soon, Coventry, because they've just lost to Birmingham. Now, if Ipswich had have played tonight and got the win, they could have moved to within 5 points of Coventry. Now, that is plenty close enough with 20 games to go. So, yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting for Coventry. You mentioned it, Paddy, when I was there in the early show with you yesterday, about the fact that, if they end up dropping to 3rd, how will the Coventry fans be then?
Yeah. Coventry could go on a massive downturn. They probably shouldn't. But can Middlesbrough make a charge as well? Middlesbrough and Ipswich, if they stay consistent, both of them, and suddenly,
not only Middlesbrough, what about Watford and Hull at the moment?
I still don't think they're going to be in it for the long term.
No, but Watford have definitely played well so far this season.
They have, absolutely. I still think Watford and Hull are majorly overachieving though, and are due for a regression to the mean for them, I believe. But look, maybe they'll keep it.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, did Coventry pick too early? Says David Carr. Well, who knows? Put it this way. I know I'm sort of saying that we're saying they could drop a bit of a run of form, but I'd much rather have the points on the board than not have them.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. But we're flying through. It's gone. Actually, this game day build-up show, Paddy, we have flown through this morning. We've only got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, and there's a lot of eyeballs on us today as well. So people are really interested in this match.
Yeah, I had a look up at the 137 people watching. So, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's made me think I have to really be on my game this morning, Paddy. But it's actually been pretty easy today. We've flown through this.
Yeah. Can we actually make playoffs today? I don't know. I haven't actually looked at every match. Is it technically possible?
I don't.
Depends who's playing who. No. We're 37 points. We can make 40.
We could make 40. You're right.
We can go ahead by goal difference.
We'd have to have a 5-goal difference. Although if Preston are playing and lose, so yeah.
Well, yes, of course they can. If they'll have to lose, which means they'll lose at least 1, which actually means we only need 3 goals because we'll beat them on goals scored. We always lose even with them.
Yep, that's true.
So
that's
Preston, true. Millwall, and Bristol need to lose.
Preston, Millwall, and
Bristol. They almost lose.
So let's have a look at who they're playing.
York and draw and Stoke.
Well, Preston are playing Bristol.
Okay, then no.
So yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. That's why we can't.
Yeah.
Because someone will take points there.
Millwall are at home to Swansea. So it's some interesting games. Preston game is postponed, is it? Someone's saying? Is it?
Is that an extra match?
Is that another match that's postponed?
That's
It's not
a late
saying it's
postponement.
on my screen,
Okay.
but you may be right. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm right. I'm just saying it's not saying.
I'll check X while we're here. Let's see.
And if that's the case, then yes, there is the opportunity that we could move into the top 6, but highly unlikely.
Yeah. Let's put that extra pressure on the boys once they figure out they can make it.
Well, Preston's playing Bristol City, not Millwall. Millwall Swansea is the match, and we also would want Swansea to beat Millwall, because if Millwall get a draw, then we definitely cannot go into the playoff position.
Okay, nothing on X for Preston being cancelled.
No. So we will see. Score predictions. Karen's got them in there, question mark. Karen picking 3-1 Wrexham. Sam 3-0 Wrexham. AO clean sheet. So everybody else get your predictions in there. Ken Hill 3-1 today. So yes, let's see. 4-0 A to Z EV. Wow.
Look, we have a Ram in the comments. He's been friendly too.
Oh, hello, Paul Aldrich. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And yeah, thank you so much. Good to see you in here, Paul. And I hope your team plays well tonight and gets beaten.
But good luck with your season, because you're solidly staying out of the relegation area. I definitely think you're going to overachieve this season. It's just how much, really, I think is the question.
I mean, we're side by side on the table. You know, we're in 11th, they're in 12th. They're on 35, we're on 37 points. So, it is, going to be fine margins this game. There's a good argument to say Derby should be favourites at home.
Yeah. Let's actually see what the... Oh. Nope, they're not. According to the betting sites, or a betting site, let's say, we are favourites to win, slightly less than for the draw.
Okay.
And then Derby for the win.
Well, there you have it. I mean, it's, who knows? I mean, look, I'm hoping for a Wrexham win. So let's see how we go. It's going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to Josh's call. Are you around for the extra time, Paddy?
Extra time is a go.
Okay. So, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on this show. You got a chance. We'll give you 5 minutes to head away, get your popcorn, get your food, get your drink, whatever it is, for whatever time of day it is in whatever part of the world you are in. And then straight after the show, if you want to come in and have your say with Paddy, that's your opportunity to come in and get in there and have your say. Tell Paddy what you thought of our 4-0 win.
We had a lot of people in last week.
Did we?
Yeah. Really interesting show. Lots of people watching last week. So let's keep this going,
fantastic.
Guys. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Well, yeah, Paddy. Well, look, I mean, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We'll get out of here now. Paddy, I think you and I both tipped a 2-0 victory from memory. Yes, we did. We both tipped. No, 2-1. 2-1. Aaron tipped 2-0.
Yeah.
And
I rate them for their attack and counter-attacking. I hedged a little bit. My heart says a 2-0 win. My head kind of pulled it back a little bit. Said, maybe I'll get one.
Bloody John tipped a draw, but no one likes him anyway. So yeah.
Nobody likes him anyway. And on that bombshell.
Exactly. No. Well, congratulations to your team, Sean and John, tonight for getting the win over Coventry and tightening up the top of the table. Congratulations to you. But now it's over to Wrexham, away to Derby. Cannot wait. So on that bombshell, Paddy will see you in extra time. Josh will see you for the watch along. Have a great game. We will see everybody again soon.